Welcome, Libra. This is Psychicloveheals and Solomon speaking, and I would like to welcome you to your March 2018 love reading. And this will extend from the beginning of the month to the end of the month, and I'll be doing a 9-card spread for you. All right. So I do hope that you enjoy your month. So let's see what's going on with you in love for Libra. Libra in love. Libra in love. Okay, I'm shuffling right now just a little and going to cut Libra in love for March 2018. Okay. Libra in love for March 2018. So we do start out with the Lovers. The Lovers is showing up for many of you out there, a blessing, a guided connection from the universe that's trying to potentially pull you together with someone. For many of you, this is maybe a Gemini for some of you out there, but a choice, a union that is very deep, that's fulfilling for a lot of you, that keeps you united with someone on a spiritual level rather than always physical, mentally, all of the, spiritually, emotionally, all of these things combining to produce a very worthy connection of another person for many of you out there. And we have the Page of Wands in reverse, and I just did Sagittarius, so some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, but this energy of still working through the emotions, having to go through different choices with that sun being in Pisces this month. The energy of the 6th house is activated, and it does activate energies of your health, physical fitness, your mental clarity, how you feel and think about yourself. So your work, your daily routines, things like that are needing to be in focus. For a lot of you, there are a lot of insecurities and doubts that's coming to the surface if you've kind of brushed them off, because maybe lately you've been kind of overindulging. You've been actively out there kind of enjoying yourself through parties and maybe getting to know other people and maybe exploring your options. For many of you out there, with that 5th house being previously activated, that deals with love and friendships and enjoying yourself. So kind of keep that in mind. The Page of Wands is also an energy where some of you could be denied that opportunity to emotionally enjoy yourself with someone else. That offer of love is not coming through, either because you're dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that's not quite feeling good about themselves, or an energy that you may be giving off of extreme insecurity and doubt in the beginning of the month. So those things may kind of damper your relationship. And as you are feeling this way, when you may feel at least not the best version of yourself, the Devil is in reverse, and that's breaking out of this coping mechanism where if you don't feel that your partner is giving you the attention that you want, if you feel that you can't pull in the partner that you need because of whatever insecurity and doubt that may be coming through your mind, it tells you not to impulsively put yourself out there to maybe dib and dabble so much, where you have so much on your plate and kind of maybe fall into a pattern of talking to too many different people, or having too many different things on your mind, or not really feeling all that great through your own vices. It could be anything from alcohol, it could be drinking, it could be drugs, it could be just negative self-talk and dependency when it comes to another person. Sometimes that can actually cause you to lose your self-esteem, because you're waiting for that person to come around or to acknowledge you, and it doesn't happen, especially from the person that you want it to come from. And the Devil is in reverse as you break away from that energy, that doubt, and free yourself to be a bit more playful, that true playfulness, and it not being something that's forced, because you are actively trying to it's almost like putting up a front to say that there's some deeper things going on where you're not completely happy with who you are, so you mask it and kind of force yourself to, do other things, which is not bad. But I feel like this is part of a lot of you facing a deep fear of maybe being on your own or releasing yourself from the desire to receive that acknowledgement from someone if it's not coming naturally to you. So the devil is in reverse for a lot of you who are needing to break away from a relationship, a partner or person or patterns, whatever it may be, even sexual addictions, anything like that, which is not good for you. And as you do that, this is you release yourself from someone who you are in constant conflict with, an ex-partner who continuously comes back. You accept them back, they accept you back. You go through the conflict over and over again. Arguments, disputes, where the Five of Swords is in reverse. And maybe this is the process of releasing, of changing your mind about someone where you don't have to do that over and over again. And you're releasing that struggle, to constantly battle. And as you kind of let go and surrender, and the need to kind of control how things are going to happen, the Knight of Cups comes through as another person. Now this could be a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. You have two people that are showing up. Well, three people in general. The devil is a person. Now it could be a Capricorn, where you're breaking away from that particular person who could have held you hostage in a way, so to speak, emotionally, or in a relationship that was not quite healthy. But it may be something that you ventured back into time and time again. And I feel like that's something that you may need to learn from for some of you out there. But the Knight of Cups in the middle of the month comes through of maybe that emotional support. Someone is trying to get to know you, maybe a date night, or this is the energy as you face the beginnings of the month of working on your own self-esteem and doubts, where you don't hear that message from the person that you're waiting on. As you let go, release yourself from that energy and focus on you, and try to relax your mind. That person may arrive. I feel for many of you out there, and maybe you're a bit happier or a bit satisfied with how that feels. And I feel that you and that person may get into an argument, though. You may, now this could be an ex or a newer person in your life. For many of you out there, in the middle of the month, you and that person may get into some arguments. Now sometimes, be careful of, the partying and then doing different things as you go out, because there could be accidents. You're driving and you're arguing with someone, and then something happens where there's scuffles and things like that. Sometimes these things can be severe, causing a tower kind of event. But the Chariot is in reverse, so that does indicate that someone offers you to hang out with them or whatever it may be, or vice versa, and someone is saying no, I really don't want to, or you two have arguments and disputes or a fight or something like that, and then things come to a complete halt again, which is reverting back of the Five of Swords, where things were kind of subsiding. So I feel like there's a reoccurring issue that some of you are dealing with, that you are facing for a lot of you. And these things could be surrounding children. It could be your friendship circles that could be affecting your relationship, having an influence on that and on how you approach it, and family members as well. There could be issues. Some of you may be dealing with a Cancer. All right. And as you move towards the end of the month, the Eight of Swords is in reverse, and that's a card of sometimes you, for some of you, finally realizing that you can no longer continuously deal with this situation like that. The battles, the fights, or the arguments and disputes. And you may decide to kind of move on, or you may decide that you are thinking about your part in the situation, how you played a role in, provoking that person or your partner, potential partner, to say certain things to you. The reasons why they may be kind of pulling it back from you, maybe because you pushed back from them at one point in time. It seems to me like there's a tit for tat, like how, we'll get into a scuffle or something like that. Something happens, and then it's like, I want to get you back now because you've hurt me. I want to hurt you. And then that constantly happens over and over again. And now you're having to kind of let yourself know that, I played a role in that too. And that's where the Eight of Swords is showing up to me at. And I feel here The Page of Swords is in reverse, so that's an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, but it's also an indication towards the end of the month that there are issues as the Sun starts to move into Aries. Okay, that does activate your 7th house of relationships, now business partnerships, one-on-one romantic relationships as well. But there's gossip, a lot of hearsay, different things happening because you have gone through an issue with your partner again. And now the rumors are spreading, where there could have been temptation, cheating, someone being caught, and then a lot of things happening where there was indiscretion. So a lot of energy of someone kind of leading you astray, or you doing this to someone else, and a constant cycle that does happen where you're needing to kind of step away from this energy. I feel for many of you out there, it's not good. So a lot of gossip, a lot of rumors being spread maybe towards the end of the month, and being into something, and it does lead to more conflict. It's right underneath the Chariot. It's the 5 of Wands is showing up, so there could be fights, disputes, arguments, and things like that going on, dealing with a lot of different people, I feel, and it's not good. And sometimes this could involve a marriage, dealing with someone who has been spoken for. For many of you out there, sometime the other person or you making gestures of reconciliation by apologizing, but someone not accepting the apology and saying, you know what, I had enough of it, I'm going to air your business out in no man's land, and it's a free-for-all. And then there's fights and disputes and things like that, as a lot of you may try to free yourself from the situation and say, enough is enough. And then there's a lot of disputes and things happening. So just be mindful of getting into this kind of energy and making sure that you release yourself. Just because you're not feeling at your best, especially at the beginning of the month, doesn't mean you need to. A lot of times you may accept someone back into your life if you're not really feeling good, because they accept you for who you are. It's again, what you're used to, but that doesn't mean that that person is good for you. So that's why I feel that the devil is in reverse, getting away from these constant conflicts and these battles. I feel like it's a process of releasing yourself and asking yourself, is this worth it? All right, so be careful, try to be mindful of and stay alert about these things, because the tension is there. Okay, so lots of love to you, lots of light, tons of healing vibes. I wish you the very best, and make sure that if you would like a private or personal reading, that you go to the website psychicloveheals.com to schedule something for your energy. All right, have a good one.